Hi there. Welcome back to Cohesion Through Chaos. I am Dale, and I wanted to give you an update. I had mentioned that I had promised a bunch of tarot readings to a bunch of people back in 2020 or 2020, okay, and that I had created a reading for them. Well, today I found all the people that I could. It wasn't all 100, but I do have them all listed in a book that I have. So I wrote down all their names. So I don't know how I would go about finding that, but I know if I go back into that, that's going to take a lot of time. And I'm really just trying to invest myself into um, the people who seem most obvious who would be interested. Okay. And that's what I mean in terms of like God is pointing me to the things that I should invest my energy into because it's like a blueprint that gets like duplicated and multiplied and things like that. And it's going to expand outward. So I'm going to try to tell you um, what my plans are, what I have already done, to keep you updated so I can give you like things as the curve is starting to rise and before it falls. And so I just want to say, I just want to throw these things out there. Like emailing for businesses, that's just old news. People can't get into their email. They don't want to, or I don't want to. Okay. So we're going to have to create different ways to communicate back and forth. But I'm telling you, if you are trying to do things the most minimal way, but the most impactful way, it's to like guide everything back to one place, right? So it's like YouTube is kind of the place where I do everything, but my daughter's going to help me do a TikTok account. I know I have an Instagram account, and my intent is to like create all my videos in one space and then fracture them up and move them onto these other like platforms, possibly Twitch, possibly reaching out through Discord, WhatsApp. There's a million different things that I can do to expand presence, but only put in the same amount of effort when it comes to the content, right? So when it comes to like editing videos and all that, a lot of people they put a lot of effort into that because what they were doing was like creating and editing videos for the purposes of what the media would be doing, right? For what makes a lot of sense historically. But right now, we're looking for people to stop faking and we want to see the truth. And that is what this channel is. It is complete truth. I live in a trailer. This is just like a broke down like room in a trailer. And I am creating a space around me that I love because I know that I can thrive in any environment. And I know that like when your environment seems lower value, that doesn't have anything to do with the value that you are. It's like if you can make it in any environment and you just keep proving to God that you're stepping up and following your heart and giving the directions that only you can find within yourself, then that's the truest investment of your time. Okay. That's what, if you're wondering, like, should I do this thing or that thing? It's like, what do you think that your heart would be more proud of you for doing? What would your inner child be more proud of you for doing? Okay. Because now that you're an adult, you don't have to ask your parents permission to get the things that you want. But because you've been so well programmed by society, you like quieted that inner child down so much that the only time you let it get out is like when you get to drink or when, like eat pizza and all that stuff. I'm just trying to teach you that's not how it's done. That's not how it's done. There's a pure, more innocent version of what will bring joy to your heart. And it's not these low level things of like consumption. Okay. If you're consuming, then you're never producing. Okay. You're just creating all this potential energy and you got to flip it into kinetic energy. And that's why I was saying is like I have bought all kinds of crafty things. And now it's time for me to like split my time between committing to my YouTube platform and committing to all the other things because I have a Whatnot app that I can present my arts and crafts on. But I just wanted to let you know that I do have classes that I'm putting together because everything that I submit on my content, like everything that I produce, I'm double dipping from it, okay? Multiple dipping from it. So I don't have to worry about like, what is my class going to be about? It's like, I am going to make it partially the content of my videos. So I have what is like a mostly traditional tarot deck, except for the fact that it is gold. This is the gold foil tarot deck. It's all out of sorts right now. But I want to create a class for how you can turn just like a basic card deck into a tarot deck. And then I got this Botticelli tarot deck, which I think is awesome because I think this particular brand always has like 4 different languages on it because I think it's made in Italy. Okay, so anyway, but this isn't going to look like traditional tarot. So what I want to do is read through this deck and put things in order because this is what the traditional one is going to look like. And if you get traditional, then then you'll know what it looks like. Okay. You'll have the same exact images, but then we can look through this deck, because when you get them out of the box, they come in the perfect order. So this one is already in the perfect order. I haven't mixed it up yet. So what we're going to do is sort of like a comparison thing here. And then we're going to get just like a basic old playing card deck, and we're going to write the meanings on it. We're going to identify what each suit means. And we are going with Sharpie to write the meanings on. So I am going to create like free classes and then YouTube videos that you have to pay for if you want the more in-depth one. And then based on those, I would like to create sort of like maybe monthly classes where we get together and interact and have learning that's, back and forth. But I don't want the groups to have to be so big that nobody gets to speak. So I just wanted to give you a little update that I will be putting together that class as quickly as possible, because do you know what? I don't want to do the things that I don't want to do. So it really sucks to have to just like put together a spreadsheet or write a book or any of those things. So what I'm doing in the easiest order possible. So I just let my thoughts flow. I let my words flow out of my mouth. Okay. And then I make it into a video. Whether I post the video or not doesn't really matter. It's that now I have content from which to build classes from if I think that it would be fun to do, because I know the high points of the video, right? And it's easier for us to understand communication or understand communication through like storytelling, which is what this is. Reading, if you have to read something, you're battling up against all these other things in your brain. It's not just consuming content and being able to like think it over, turn it around, metabolize it, and then spit it back out as learned knowledge. It's that you are testing yourself on how well you can read, right? And how well you can sit still. So I'm trying to make learning in the way that we are innately wired for. And that is like, if a child could learn it, then an adult can learn it. And so that is what I'm gearing all of my teaching towards, is because I want to format an online curriculum to where people have different options, where even if your kids go into public school, that you have options for the knowledge that is really going to matter in this world, because we have broken relationships, we have broken communication, we have broken finances, we are scared of the outside. I'm telling you, I am at least going to teach core knowledge for self-sufficiency, because you cannot rely on any foundation that you didn't pour, okay? Any foundation that you didn't build and then build upon. So just trust that everything that you are a part of will crumble someday, whether or not it's in your lifetime. Just know if you didn't build it, then you don't know what it's made out of, okay? All right, so I love you, and I'll be checking back in soon.